Go on objectives. Keep perspiring to acquire what you require in life. In case you do not acquire, don't retire. Refire. Refire again and again. Be persistent. Your persistence will break every resistance that is standing on your way. And I tell you, as you keep perspiring, as you keep striving, as you keep persevering, as you keep insisting, never giving up, you'll be able to achieve your goals for not only 2024, but even for years to come. And while you go about achieving your goals, please remember to be the change that you want to see in the world. And I want to add one more. Mother Teresa said, if you want to change the world, go and begin in your family by changing your family. Thank you.
It's lovely. One thing you must do is that be deliberate. Commit yourself to making sure that you make wonderful contributions to bringing about sustainable, peaceful coexistence, not only on the plateau, but by extension, the entire country and Africa as you have it there. Thank you for staying tuned. And now let's just begin the business of the day. Now, by highlights, I have this. Tinubu returns to Nigeria today. Impeach for Bara now. APC urges 27 assembly members. Senate probes told $18.5 billion Abuja centenary city projects. These and a lot more might come your way if the time permits it. But then, very quickly again, let's look at the issue of metro buses being launched yesterday in the city of Jos. Now, some people are saying their communities are left out in the areas in which these buses will be shuttling. And so they are saying, thank you, Plateau State government. But of course, remember communities like Nepa, Rukubarod, and few others. And so the government has its reason. But however, the people are saying, remember us. That's just it. So, Barrister.
Yes, it is a fantastic thing. We are really delighted with this development. I remember some years back when we went for NBA National Conference in Lagos. Lagos State government made arrangement for such buses to be picking us from our various accommodation to the conference center. And, that time I was wondering if this were to be just, and when will Plateau State become like that? And then when I saw these buses, even better than the one we cruised in Lagos, I was very impressed with the development.
Okay.
And I think, if I'm not mistaken, this is first of its kind in any northern city. Yes, this is first of its kind.
We're setting a pace.
I don't think we have any city metro buses in anywhere in the 19 northern states.
Well, except if we're yet to stumble on that report.
Except if we don't have the report.
Yes.
Be that as it may, if there is any, this is the latest. And just has been a leading hope.
Barrister is giving us some. If there's any, we are the latest.
Yes, so just has been a leading hope. I remember those days when we were in primary school, we used to see Tin City buses. And just is the only place in northern Nigeria at that time to be known to have Tin City buses.
Yes.
But today we lost touch with Tin City buses long ago, over 30 years from now.
And
so you can see that today people are those who were around in Jos when we had Tin City buses. You can see that that memory is coming back in a more modern way. And the one interesting thing about the buses, yesterday the governor and his executive had the first cruise. They went through terminals and back to Rayfield, and they had a feel of it. The boat is equipped with modern communication gadget, and it also have a payment card that you can pay through the card system. So it is a wonderful innovation, and we appreciate the government of Honorable His Excellency Mr. Caleb Manasseh Mutfwang for doing a great service to Plateau State by providing these buses. They will cushion the effects of transportation on citizens of Plateau State, both civil servants and those who are in private sector. The bus is not for only a class of people. It's for all citizens. So everybody, this bus will go a long way in cushioning the cost of transportation, and it will also it will also complement the limited transportation system we have within the Jos Bukuru metropolis. I think this is fantastic. This is commendable. We commend the government for this wonderful program, and we wish that the bus should be in phases, because by the report we are receiving, it's about 14 that were launched yesterday. I think we need much more. But this is a very wonderful beginning.
All right. Apart
in addition to that,
from the cities,
it's going to create employment.
Yes.
Already 120 people have been employed, but it's estimated to employ 500 to 1,000 people.
All right.
So that's about 1,000 people off, labor market, and they're getting some fantastic job. I like the way the buses are designed. These are modern buses, like we use outside of the country. Payment system has been digitalized, and it's just 200 naira. With 200 naira, you can go from here, Bauchi Road, up to Bukuru, and you can move around. Maybe if you're supposed to stop at terminus when you enter from Bauchi Road, you just continue to Bukuru and enjoy the ride. All right. So, but they are even designed in such a way as to be security friendly.
Hey, these are some of
because of our experience here on the plateau, because of the security challenges we've been having. And it's also designed to be senior citizens friendly. So that they can be comfortable, senior citizens. And then, with the demarcation of bus stops, where the buses will come and they will stop. They will literally stop for people to enter. Not like the motorways of those days in Lagos. You have to run and jump inside. And then when they get to where you're dropping, you jump down. How will an elderly person do that? An elderly person will just break his leg, at that age. So these ones are designed for people of all ages. From the young, middle age, and even the elderly. So I want to say kudos to His Excellency Barrister Khalid Manasseh Mutfwang for this innovation, for thinking about the plateau people. This is what governance should be about. Think about your people, how to make their lives better. I mean, with this kind of transportation situation in the country, increase in fuel price and maintenance and food price and everything, some of us can keep our cars and be enjoying these buses. Just park your car and enter the bus, go where you're going and return back. And it's fantastic.
And Prof, I look forward to having big shots politicians in the state.
Yes.
Having to be part of this, not just allowing us to keep enjoying it. I want to also be seeing them, and this probably is the reason where you have big shot politicians in other countries, living and just having themselves on transit with the ordinary citizens.
That's right.
Yes, not having
so
their
they
own...
can interact with the citizens.
Talk with them, what the problems are.
Have a feel of what they are passing through. That way, you even be a better leader than when you are just aloof, and inaccessible to the people. So we hope that we can see the commissioner for information inside one of the buses and talk with him. The commissioner for transport, the commissioner for health, and
twice every week.
Let them just enter, even if it's for the fun of it. Just enter the bus and interact with the people.
Exactly.
I'm sure the people will be so fantastically happy to see some of their political leaders, honorables, inside these buses, and then we interact, and there is no discrimination.
To quickly add on this issue. You see, those that will be having the responsibility of managing and maintaining those buses, they should be patriotic. What killed Tin City bus is lack of maintenance, is lack of management, poor management. And Caleb Mutfwang cannot be everywhere. He cannot be the driver, he cannot be the cashier, he cannot be everywhere. So definitely some other people will have to manage this thing. Please, let us do this thing with Plateau State at heart. Let us be patriotic Nigerians in managing this thing, so that we will not just have these buses run around maybe for in the next 2 years and they will disappear again, because it's want of maintenance. These are new buses. An average new bus should be able to be on the road if it is well and properly maintained for at least 10 years.
Yes.
But if we have poor maintenance, before you know it, you could see that none of them is plying the road. Just like we used to have some bosses during the reign of I said bosses, saloon cars during the reign of Babajan, and you can see that none of them is on the road today. Mostly it's as a result of poor maintenance. If some of them didn't stay up to 1 year, you will see them packed in garages because some people felt that this is government property, so it shouldn't be maintained. And we have to up the game in terms of maintenance culture.
Yes.
So we are challenging those that will be taking that responsibility of maintaining the bus, that once these buses fail in the next 8 months, or we don't see them in the next 2 years on the road, then it shows that you fail on your own responsibility.
Yes, and this platform is going to be there, God's willing. So if any citizen gets to see anything done with this buses, like we have it, the president's son using the jet, the private jet, for his own personal, visits. So if you find out that anybody is just using these buses in any way,
to Kulbi's village, maybe they're there for a wedding, certain ceremony.
Yes, and not to represent
a report.
Please call us and let us know.
Let's hold the committee and the ministry concerned accountable. They should be accountable for the use of this bus. Let's not hear that they're going with the bus to Langtang or even beyond to the east,
when it's
or
not
going to the Cameroonian border or somewhere. They're hiring. No, these are metro buses. And it means they are for metropolitan services.
That's what
because
it
yesterday
is.
a woman was asking me, can I enter and go to Mango? I said, not yet. Not yet. Maybe with time I get the ones that
yes, and which of course we advocate that. Of course, I know that the present government, in this wisdom alone, it informs me that they are already thinking on how to also, get some of these buses maybe sometimes to the villages also. I'm sure they're doing something about that. And again, the behavior of the people in charge, if there's any behavior that is not supporting the idea and it's not supporting our culture and as a people, you can also report that. This platform will always be there for you. But I want to ask, how friendly, you might mention, Prof, about that is senior citizen friendly. How physically challenged people can also enjoy this.
From the way I looked at the design of the bus, it's in such a way that if somebody is on a wheelchair, he can easily be put inside. I think they will just bring what do they call it and put it there, and then the wheelchair can go, because I saw that the steps leading inside was brought down a bit low, so I probably
can
think
adjust
that,
it.
Yes, I think they have people living with disability in mind.
Yes.
So with if they're aided, they can enter those buses, and because these buses are comfortable, you can literally stand inside, with your cool height. You'll be able to stand, inside. Because I saw some people standing, standing inside.
I think that also informed one of the reasons that the government insists that you clear up some major streets where these buses will be operating. So it's not just because
I saw the size of the bus that will be taking about 60 people. If they don't do something, it will be difficult for that bus to turn in a terminus, for example.
Yes.
Because these people have crowded the runabouts and everywhere. So to negotiate a bend or a turn will be very difficult. That's why all those places will have to be cleared. And probably that's why they maybe selected certain places, and certain places maybe they're trying to see how the buses can pass through
before
a bit comfortably. Because if the road is narrow, by the time the bus is coming, other vehicles will not be able to come from the other side because the bus is wide. And then if two of the buses are plying at the same time, it will be difficult. So if they cannot, bypass each other, then what is going to happen? They will just stand and be looking at each other. I think those are some of the considerations.
These buses were not made for with Nigeria in heart.
Nigeria, big roads in Nigeria. We have some big roads in Nigeria. They are not meant for small roads, rural roads. So some of these roads that are rural feeder roads, these buses will not be able to ply those routes, unfortunately. That is why it's good when you're building a road, constructing, make them as big, as large, as wide,
there will be a bus
as wide as possible. Don't always feel that the people will remain rural forever.
Yes.
I have a projection in mind that one day the city will expand and will grow. And I think those are some of the challenges. Maybe with Rukuba Road,
yes,
because some of those roads are rather narrow,
without shoulder at
no
all.
shoulder at all, so it will be a problem.
Yes. So it's a major one. So, but well, our time is fast spent. But then we can just talk about the issue of clearing the cities. Just make sure that these traders that crowd the streets are not there. Is it true that they're not there? And these trucks parked at some places, is it true that they are not there? And again, that there are some period of time they are not expected to, be running about in the city. Is it true that they have, been compliant to this? And this is an issue we'll look at in the next 5 minutes.
Yes, I have a question for the traders. These traders, what is the problem? Why are you always, in that terminus runabout? All those 2-3 runabouts we have around terminals and environs, these traders keep occupying the road. In the morning, they will pretend as if they will not occupy. By the time they notice that maybe there is no enforcement team, they will just come again and spread their goods all over the road, bring their tables, and occupy the road. Probably we should have a permanent enforcement team around those places. Because when they just come, the traders will run away. And then when they leave, the traders will come back again. And I think, typical of many of us Nigerians, except an eye is looking at you constantly and saying, do the right thing. People don't want to do the right thing.
Even that which is for your own
people
health.
know what is right, but they won't do it. Go and just put a notice and say, don't urinate here.
Hey.
The people, it's as if we just told them to urinate. They will just do the opposite, of the notice. So that is why, it reminded me of a little story of a man, he put a notice, don't urinate here. The people kept urinating. Somebody gave him an idea. Put that is police order. So he went, don't urinate by order police. The people kept urinating. Then somebody said, you don't know these are Africans? Ask them to urinate and tell them that the herbalist needs it for medicine. So he went and put a notice. Urine urgently needed. Sign herbalist. When the people came and they saw the notice, herbalist, they stopped urinating. Because nobody.
So please don't occupy our streets because herbalist.
Before we hand you over to the herbalist, please let's do what is right. Let's obey. I know your problem. Some of the traders.
Yes, of course.
Because some of you think that if you go where the government provided for you, that with the customers we are not going to see you. Who will see you now?
And if
we desperately want to buy those your old Italian shoes or Converse, those jeans and whatever, we know where to locate you. We'll go there and meet you there. You must not stand and block the roads. And this also means that those customers that patronize those people by the road, they are also guilty.
Yes.
They are as guilty as the traders that are selling by the road. Please go to that place. I saw the fantastic place the government provided for you, traders. Please go there now. We are going to see you. If somebody needs your service, needs your goods, he will locate you wherever you are. That's why some people travel from Bauchi, Nasarawa, Abuja, and they come to specific places to buy things.
Yes,
because they need those goods, and they know where to find the goods. So please, don't think that if you go where the government demarcated for you, that people are not going to see you. Who will see you? And then these trucks, I don't know what is their problem. Because maybe the enforcement team, they are not many. So they're still blocking our roads. I've seen trucks parked along the Kayatarwa and other places, big trucks. I've seen trailers moving. Once it's 6:30 p.m., they start moving because they feel the enforcement team is not there, and some of them manage to wait until when it's approaching 9 p.m., and then they'll be moving at incredible speed again. They want to cause accidents because they will say, you delayed us for this many hours. Now it's time for us. Let's move at incredible speed. If you see the speed, I saw a trailer moving, is it 2 or 3 nights back, as if the man is going to the ends of the world. And this is not good. Please think about humanity. Think about the safety of the people on the road. When you want to cruise this road, when you want to drive along this road, big trucks, trailers, and the rest, please obey the law. Don't say
that plateau of our dreams. And again, talking about traders who would always come back to the same spot where they have been asked not to. you have unions, and if any individual or few of these traders will want to go to where it has been set aside for them, these traders are also, facing a lot, because the union will say, no, we have agreed not to go to where the government say we should go. So if you try to do that, you show up that you are that individual who choose to comply. And so some people are in for a big deal, in a fixed.
Yes.
Because if they try to go to that place, the union will say no, because somebody is leading these traders, and so do the needful and let's comply. It is
so
for
the unions should be part of the enforcement. And in the enforcement, we need to make an example with some people. By the time you arrest 1, 2, 3, a few people, and fine them, or they're in prison or something, others will learn. The reason why some keep defaulting and all this is because when the enforcement team comes, they just don't really arrest anybody. Probably nothing is done, so they just feel, okay, anytime we see them, we'll run away. When they leave, we'll come back. Okay. But like we suggested also, the enforcement team should be permanently stationed somewhere around there to ensure, that there is orderliness and there is stability in the system.
Okay, why is it that we are quick to come together, to unite, to disregards government intentions to bring about a good of this very city? We can also unite to comply. That's what we encourage. Stay tuned. We'll go on a short break. When we come back, it's going to be, again, interesting.
Mr. Politician, it's good to see you again. It's been so long since you've been here. You had me thinking you were dead. How's your taxpayer mansion? How was your
Unity? Unity TV.
Mr. Politician, it's good to see you again. It's been so long since you've been here.
Thank you. Permit me to say welcome back. This is Unity Trend on your TV, on your radio. We're reaching you live from the hills of ZINARIYA in our great city, Jos, Plateau State, Nigeria. And it has been wonderful having spent the entire first segment, 30 minutes of the program review segment. We are taking it over to this very segment, which is the second segment of the program. Don't forget, here the more remains my name, your regular anchor of this wonderful program. In the studio to my right, it has been Barrister Paul Zaruma, and to my left, it has been Professor Koveno H. Bamaye. We'll put on the studio line so that you will join the open mic edition of this very segment. We'll be looking at issues that we have them trending on our dailies, okay? Tinubu returns to Nigeria. Impeach Fubara. Now APC urges 27 assembly members. And we have a Senate props stole $18.5 billion. Abuja centenary city projects, and lots more. We will just begin by looking at Tinubu returns. So maybe we go to impeachment. This is because I want to start with Barrister Paul Zaruma. Impeachment at a time like this, when we think it's all about governance.
Yeah, you know, at times when the issue of impeachment comes to one's mind, the first question that one will ask is the impeachment is genuine or is political? And then the second thing, has the person actually committed an impeachable offense? So looking at what some of the things that they are accusing, the opposition are accusing Governor Fubara on, is that contract are given without following procurement procedures. So if at all that is a mere allegation, so calling for just impeachment, I think, is purely political. Because what is impeachment in Nigeria is actually not the same thing in the U.S. Yes, U.S. is the process of inquiry, is what they call impeachment. But Nigeria is the sack that we actually, our law define the sack as impeachment. But in U.S. is the process of inquiry that is called impeachment. So for you to say that some Fubara should be sacked directly, I think that is a pure political statement. If there is any allegation at this stage, it's a mere allegation. So the next thing is to say, let's investigate Fubara. They should encourage the House of Assembly to investigate Fubara, because nobody should be seen to be above the law. Fubara, as a governor, he should be accountable to the citizens. He should follow due process. If at all he is not following due process, where he is found wanting, then the appropriate thing should be done. But when somebody is just looking at the punishment without actually establishing the guilt, I think something is fundamentally wrong.
Yes.
It's pure
looking at the punishment.
Approach. Yes. So, you know, in most cases, in an ideal situation where somebody is objective in terms of such issues, the person ideally should be focused on, okay, let's investigate him. And once we find him wanting, we impeach him. But once you outrightly say impeach him, then that is vindictive, and which is not also very good. And if you look at also the people that are calling for the impeachment, it's a clear political vendetta. So we don't want our politics to be a kind of be driven by political vendetta. I think our politics should be driven by national interest, should be driven by development. You know, we should be patriotic in everything that we do. But we shouldn't be seen to be projecting political vendetta, vindictiveness, and all sorts of hatred. You know, Fubara has been having a running battle with Wiki, and you know, so you know, it has been a marathon sort of a battle, because initially it was like a sprint, but now it's obviously a marathon, because it's got to a point as if the issue have subsided, but you know, before you know it, it will come up again and again. And unfortunately for Fubara, there are so many other people that are now coming in to join forces. So the battle, the enemy line is increasing by the day. So it's quite unfortunate. For the interest of Rivers people, they should allow Fubara to work for the people. They should allow Fubara to concentrate on to gain political dividend for the people of Rivers State.
All right, thank you, Barrister. This is an open mic edition. You maybe want to be a part of it already. By the way, our listener and viewer, we are streaming live on Facebook, so you can be a part of it at Unity Radio FM/TV Jos. Again, at Unity Radio FM/TV Jos. Throw your comments. God's winning, I'll be reading them. And so, since it's an open mic edition, Prof, before you just pick any of that issue that you would love to, I think I have a caller here. But then, well, before I pick any, let's hear from you.
Well, let's talk about Tinubu's return trip. He's back to the country. It's confirmed that he has returned back after so many speculations. And, you know, when he was leaving Anjuri in Gelale, told us that he was going to Saudi Arabia. He didn't tell us that from there he would go to Europe. From Saudi Arabia, he went to Europe. Some people said he was at London, England, but we know that he was at Netherlands. We know that he attended the World Economic Forum and that he featured there. I saw him on air featuring with the likes of the Malaysian Prime Minister, Anwar Ibrahim, and other people. But because Nigerians were not properly informed about the president's trip, there were speculations that maybe he's sick, he has gone for medical tourism.
Yes.
When is he coming back, At a certain point, even it looks as if both the president and the vice president will be out of the country at the center. Because Kashim Shettima was to go to the U.S. To attend another occasion on behalf of the president, but the plane had a technical fault, so he had to make a detour. And then the Minister for Foreign Affairs was the one that went. Otherwise, we would have had both the president and vice president not around in the country, not on seat. But I think it's high time the president and his handlers should know that Nigerians are the ones that employed Bola Ahmed Tinubu as their president. We are his employers. We deserve to know his movements. Wherever he's going to, whichever place he's going to, they should inform us. They should not keep us in the dark. This has happened before in this country. Remember when Umaru Musa Yar'Adua was away on medical tourism for treatment, details about his sickness were hidden from Nigerians. Too many speculations. And then he did not properly even hand over power. And then they had to invoke the doctrine of necessity. And then before Goodluck Ebele Jonathan became the acting president. And even after then, we've had these problems during the Buhari administration.
Yes.
Buhari left the country for more than 100 days. We did not know whether he will ever even come back. And the details about his illness were also hidden from Nigerians. But we hope that His Excellency Bola Ahmed Tinubu can listen to the voice of reason that we're given and give Nigerians proper information. Nigerians wish His Excellency Bola Ahmed Tinubu well.
Yes.
If you are not feeling fine, it shows that you're a human being. Every human being becomes sick. Every human being will get sick at one point or the other. And Nigerians will wish you well and will pray for your recovery. So, if you have some challenges, tell the people that employed you, the Nigerians. Don't hide details. Don't say, let's not tell them about this, Before there will be all manner of speculations here and there. Before fake news will be coming up here and there. Before people will be coming with hypotheses and theories. And who do you blame? You can only blame yourself because you did not give the people information. And when there is an information gap, there will be speculation. So we welcome back our president, His Excellency Bola Ahmed Tinubu, back to the country. This is about his 20th trip since he became president. We hope that he can sit down, settle down to governance and stop jetting around the world.
He's not back yet. We're hoping that he returns today.
Oh, I thought they said he has arrived.
Yes, the headline puts it. The headline puts it that he's back. So, but of course, just in the spirit
actually, the handlers of the president are not handling him transparently. He actually went for World Economic Forum in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. From there, he moved to Europe, and the World Economic Forum conference ended on the 29th of April. And you can see that from 29th of April to date, Nigerians are not aware of where their president is. So, which is not too good.
Okay.
They should be accountable. They should be transparent in handling the president. The president is a human being, right, just like Prof. rightly pointed out. Anybody could fall sick. We wish the president well.
Okay. I think we have a caller here. Barrister, please, let's hear. Hello, good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Thank you for joining us.
This is Chaplain Wajambuli from Nassau, Gambia.
It's good to have you. So, in a minute, what's your take?
On the issue of what is happening in River.
Yes.
I think we should allow Fubara to work.
Okay.
We can have the opportunity to serve people of River without any interference. But this is time for somebody to display and to serve Nigeria. Why he interfering with the activities of River State people? I hope we should stay aside and allow this man to work. Those are what Mahatma said, that politics without principle is a thing. So the kind of politics we are playing in this country, I think is not healthy for us.
Yes.
We think you sit down and think that one day it's not going to be the politician the way it is now.
All right.
That's my contribution.
Thank you so much for contributing. It's an open mic edition. You can just call just any issue. Prof. Bama is in the studio. Barrister Paul Zaruma is in the studio. You will set the pace. Give us a direction with which you want us to take as you call. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you so much. Please, you need to... Okay, you need to speak up. Our listener might not be able to...
Thank you very much, Uji.
All right.
Uji, the election that I'm going is this week allowed Subara to do the needful in River State.
Okay.
What is doing now in River State cannot do it to River people. It can just bring the state upward. And I want to use this opportunity to commend the governor about the policy that he launched yesterday.
All right.
It's commendable, my brother.
Thank
So
you.
let us continue being with him, praying for him. He will do a lot more in the state.
Okay.
My brother.
Thank you so much, Mr. Jude Sad. Barrister, would you love to do a little about Senate props, stole $18.5 billion?
Yes.
In between, we'll be picking calls.
Yes, if there is any call, we can stop.
I think we have one already. It's good to know that you're there. Hello. Hello, good morning.
Calling you from Angola.
Yes, we can hear you loud and clear.
In the studio.
We can hear you loud and clear.
Those are what we are saying about this top issue in the state.
Yes.
That is what we are.
Are you still there? Mr. Ike?
You see, we are cherishing what the governor is doing, but anything you want to do, make sure you do it the way that it will sustain the time. You see, when you gather these people together, you as a journalist, please take time and go and visit these people in Marabanda. Don't forget that we have been down the second open grading, open deputation in Nigeria. Go and ask those people, where did they pass them? Where did they urinate? These are what we are saying. And we in as far as some of them have nothing to do in this town. Look for alternative means for them to go and to continue their job. If anybody who is coming into the town and giving a specific time to go, is there any place you go that you don't have a central motor park? Is there any place you go that you don't have a central market? That is what we are advising of the government. In as far as we are doing all these things in the betterment of Plateau State,
yes,
we should find a way of increasing our IGR. And secondly, this issue of the demolition of houses, they should place the collaborators in government, because there are government agencies that are issuing these people's certificates of occupancy and all these things to go and do. They should be running. Not that the people should be losing their property and nobody's losing their job. Government should wake up.
Okay. Thank you so much. I think it's a very sensitive issue. Okay. What happens to the people there? Okay. The last time the Commissioner for Information was here, Honorable Ashom, he made it clear that it's open for anyone who will want to invest to just put up a place to accommodate those truck drivers. Hello. Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Kuzi.
You're welcome.
Professor Bane here and Barrister Zaruma.
All right.
Thank you.
Oh, continue to bless you people.
Thank you.
My take this morning is on the metro buses.
Okay.
We applaud the governor for his good work. We continue to celebrate the kind of movement. At least we have our own governor Zulumu on the plateau.
Okay.
So you see, my major take is this. As I said earlier in the city report, this metro buses are supposed to remain for the whole of Plateau State. And even someone coming as a visitor into Plateau State to be able to enter this bus. Let it don't be for particular set of people, just as the mosquito net, whereby some people were not able to get access to the mosquito net, but always they will tell you to put
think we lost him. Back to you, Barrister.
He didn't call his name, but on his voice.
Yes.
Is who?
Adeomi.
Okay, wow. Okay, that should be
a little about the Abuja
Centenary City.
Yes.
Just like
$18.5
many
billion.
other projects, unfortunately, about 18-point-something billion has been sunk into that project, and nothing seems to be happening about
No one is held
city.
accountable.
And the Senate are probing what really happened. And when we are talking about 18.2 billion, we are not talking about
$5 billion.
It's in dollars. So where has the money gone to? Where is the city? That's what the Senate are probing now. And this is quite unfortunate. The other day, Prof was talking about what was sunk into the issue of electricity. You know, electricity, Nigeria have sunk a lot of, in trillions into electricity, but up till now we are not enjoying electricity. In fact, I made mention of the issue of Vision 2020. During Obasanjo's time, the humongous amount of money that was being sunk into the issue of electricity was that by 2020 we will not be having, one of the visions is that by 2020 we will not be having electric power supply. But today we are in 2024 and nothing seems to be happening. Where has this money gone to? You see, these are some of the issues that politicians should be very honest. You know, where is that 18.2 billion that has been sunk on the issue of Centenary City? You know, the project was very laudable, and they said we are going to have a Centenary City, Abuja will become like China, and today we'll have underground rail, and so on and so forth. Very laudable.
Yes.
But these are, gradually the issue of Centenary City has become like a white elephant project. We don't know where, I think we encourage the National Assembly to probe. And let it not go like any other probe that have been doing. Let them be serious about it. EFCC should be involved. ICPC should be involved. Other relevant agencies should be involved.
And the journalists should be involved in trying to dig deep.
Yes, journalists should also be involved. NBA should be involved. So that this thing will be very, very transparent.
Investigative
They shouldn't
Yes,
politicize this issue of Centenary. 18.2 billion is not a small amount.
When are we going to get it right as a country? And I think the day we get it right in terms of dealing with corruption headlong, decisively, sincerely, I think the rest of Africa...
No, because we allow people to get away with corruption. As long as they can get away with corruption, corruption will continue. Look at Vietnam. That woman, Lim Miao, whatever her name is, because of corruption was sentenced to death. Go to China, corruption, you'll be sentenced to death. These are countries that are serious.
In China,
so nobody wants to be corrupt. But here in Nigeria, if you are corrupt, you'll be given a chieftaincy title. People will celebrate you. They will invite you to donate money to build a church, to build a mosque. They will invite you to come and invest. You'll be well respected. When you've stolen money and then in case you're caught, they will ask you to return part of it and keep the remaining part for yourself. So this investigation, they should get to the roots. And those who are found wanting, they should make an example with them, public example, so that others will learn.
When Prof talk about celebrating corrupt leaders, if we keep on with this culture of celebrating corrupt leaders, then we are also fanning corruption tendencies, and we are encouraging it. We are promoting it. You see, can you remember Wodeme, this popular kidnapper from Taraba?
Yes,
we celebrated that some fine police officers lost their life in the process of arresting him. Can you imagine that he was released? He had finished serving his sentencing recently. You know, he received a rousing welcome in
Taraba State. He returned home like a hero.
He returned home like a hero. So can you imagine when we have found ourselves in this country?
Barrister, Prof. Now
a kidnapper for that matter.
Look
a
at this.
Notorious kidnapper
Barrister,
who
look
was
at this.
Found guilty and sentenced.
Yes, and that's true.
Yes.
Barrister, look at this. Now, you know, Nigerians, we have, so been impoverished. So much so that even if what you are giving me, it is from a corruption, I see you as somebody who cares. Because if these kidnappers were giving monies or just trying to help people, even though it was not from a legal or whatever means that, the people feel these are our heroes because they actually help us. They supported us, and if for any reason today you want to fight them, the people will rise up and then fight it. Remember, even in the city of Jos here, the doctor that was involved in the stealing of human parts. Is it kidney?
Dr. Keke.
Remember when journalists were there? I think even our station, when we were there to get the reports firsthand, the people in that community sent some of our men out.
Yes.
That we don't want
even
anything about
gun runner around Vaughan.
Yes.
When they went to arrest him, the community stopped.
So you can imagine.
Security forces.
You can imagine. So we are the one finding this and making it stand.
Yes.
But because we are made to.
I think it is true that the leadership is a reflection of the society. So our leaders are reflecting what we are. And then if we must be sincere, we really need a national orientation. I think, and that was what late Dora Akunyili started. She started working because she felt that where something wrong is the psyche of an average Nigerian. And unfortunately, that project also went down the drain. Because successive administration didn't continue.
Okay, let's hear what our caller has to say. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Thank you for joining us.
Yeah, thank you very much. My name is Umar. I'm calling from Junction.
We would love to have you in a minute. Go on, please.
Yes, I want to commend CCC for enlightening us and educating us about the happenings of the government.
All right.
And also want to commend Director Khaled Nufan for the launching of metro buses on the platform. These metro buses begin to much of a help to the Palestinians. But the only thing is that people are complaining for accessible to the people.
All right.
So we want to use this medium to call on the government. Let the bus be accessible to everyone. And the government will take action which will implement on the people.
All right.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Sadiq Umar, encouraging my very humble self and you, fellow listener, to moderate. Hello, good morning. Well, that was not supporting, and it was interfering, and so please, you may need to call us back. Hello, good morning.
Hello, very good morning.
It's good to have you.
Thank you very much, Kulbi. This is the voice of Plateau State, emanating from Ngwarukuba.
The voice of Plateau State emanating from Ngwarukuba and spreading all over Nigeria. Go on in a minute, please.
God bless you, Kulbi. I want to appreciate you and to appreciate Professor Dama and the guests there in the studio. I want to appreciate the prof, most especially for raising his voice every day and to say the real to educate Plateauians and other Nigerians. I want to speak on the issue of security.
All right.
Now, I want to advise the government to concentrate on security now. Because if you want to have food on table, this is the time that farmers will go back to farm. And on the plateau, we have serious security challenges.
Okay.
The more we allow the terrorists to take over our land and to stop farmers from going to their farms, the more hunger will continue to occur in the land. Of course, we will not allow that to happen. Please, I'm appealing to the government. Now people are going to farm. And again,
yes.
issue of fertilizer. I want to advise the governor to at least to know how to distribute the fertilizer. It should not be like a product distribution. Because the distribution of people didn't reach the farmers. Let them use good nature so that the farmers to take even if it's 2 bags or 1 bag. It will help.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Oh, thank you so much. It's rainy season. Most of our farmers in this part of the world would have to farm during rainy season. And so let's look into the issues of security challenges so as to arrest the issue of food insecurity. That's what great comrade Dedang is saying this morning. And it's time again for us to take a trip down some commercial break there. And we'll be coming back just after this. And when we do, it's still again and again going to be time for you to continue lending your voice to this conversation. So please, I want to beg again that you go nowhere. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
You had me thinking you were dead. How's your tax taxpayer mansion. How was your
Get ready to be entertained and inspired by the incredible stories around the globe. Don't miss out on the excitement. Hello at Work is an ultimate TV program that brings to you the interesting stories and daily happenings worldwide. Join us Mondays and Thursdays 10 a.m. as we dive into the daily happenings and stories. Tune in and stay. Say hello to the world as you bring in your ideas, as it is a perfect blend of entertainment and information. Get ready to stay up to date while being entertained.
Mr. Politician, it's good to see you again. It's been so long since you've been here. You had me thinking you were
for staying tuned with us on this very dial, this station, radio station, TV station, Unity 93.3 FM, Unity TV from the hills of ZINARIYA in just North Plateau State, Nigeria. Ajiadomo remains my name, and we call this Unity Train on your radio and TV. It has been on since 8 o'clock a.m. and now it's time for you to join the conversations. This is the last segment of Unity Train this morning. And in the studio, it has been Professor Proveno Ba Mayi, and but still in the studio is Barrister Paul Zaruma. And you may want to be a part of it via our Facebook page at Unity Radio FM /TVJOS. Again, our Facebook at Unity Radio FM /TVJOS. I would be happy that you get to like it, drop your comments. I will read them later on. And for the studio line for you to be a part of the conversation is 070-3235-3315. That is it. And for SMS or text messages, it's 0808-478-9999. Thank you so much for always being there. And if you call, tell me your name and location. It's straight up in 1 minute. Let's have your submission, but stay away from comments and statements that has in there being the capacity to undermine the integrity of an individual or group of individuals. So please, let's begin to do it. What we promote here is sustainable, peaceful coexistence. Hello, good morning.
Good morning,
Thank you. You may need to speak up. We barely can hear you.
I'm calling from Newmarket.
Okay, thank you for calling us from Newmarket. Speak up.
I want to commend the governor of Plateau State for providing this justice to
All right.
It's a very, very good direction. I mean, this goes in a good direction.
Okay.
So we commend you for that.
Okay.
So also, I would like to advise the people of the state to kindly stick to the rules and regulations of using resources, not especially when it comes to the issue of that law abiding. Secondly, please, I would like to ask this question.
Okay.
Why is it that our leaders are always afraid to inform the citizens whenever they are going for that for an official thing? Without
right.
going to be suspicious by
Okay.
the masses whenever they are going for a trip and they couldn't inform the masses that look at where they are going for or the assignment they are going for.
Thank you.
This is very, very bad.
All right.
At least they were not the ones that voted themselves into office. Rather, it was the masses that voted them.
Okay.
So I expect that let's let the accountability and transparency in everything that they are going to do.
Thank you.
And that will go a long way towards building confidence in the masses towards these our leaders.
Thank you so much for calling.
For Nigerian leaders to always have fear of God. Fear of God should be the first thing in their heart.
All right.
That is the only time that we can get it right. And
Thank you.
again,
Please,
as
your
long
time.
as our judicial sector cannot be rebranded, sincerely speaking, I can never see a day or the time in which this country will be better.
Thank you for calling.
As long as corruption has continued to eat us up,
I think
let's fight it once and for all and overcome it.
you need to round up now. Thank you for calling. Thank you. All right, 070-3235-3315. 070-3235-3315 is the studio line. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you.
My name is Suleiman.
Suleiman, it's good to have you. You have a minute.
Yes, my name is Suleiman Mohammed Labaran, calling you from Bauchi Road.
Thank you for calling. You have a minute, please.
My comment is that, honestly speaking, Nigeria will not change into good country until the people of Nigeria return, and also the leader of Nigeria return.
All right.
That's all I think.
Thank you so much. Okay. My last caller, his is about you and myself. If there must be a change that will affect us positively as a country, then you and myself must set the pace. Thank you. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, thank you. I greet your guests in the house there.
You're welcome.
Sorry from Refuge.
It's been a while, Pastor Eric. It's good to have you.
Yeah, you know, it bothers me so much when we talk issue of corruption and the system that our government is running affecting us, and truly they are not doing anything. And I don't think Nigeria can come out of what is happening except we create a system that will checkmate what is happening.
Okay, so how?
The truth here is that during the election, I told Nigerians, Tinubu cannot solve this problem. Reason being that they are the one brought up the same system that is keeping Nigeria. Look at right now. Bank is charging Nigerians 5% agreed and signed with the federal government. You put money, you cannot get anything. Then the bank is exploiting you. Who will remedy the pains that Nigerians are going through?
Okay.
Fuel is high. Cement we can't afford.
Yes.
What
Electricity.
will Nigerians enjoy indeed? What will Nigerians enjoy from their government? You put people that will constantly manipulate the same system that was running Lagos. Make a tax monster put on top of the Lagosians. Even till today, marketplaces are bringing out money and it's entering the pocket of governor and the former governor in Lagos. And the same system is beginning to run Nigeria's position. My brother, there's a problem that we need to address quickly. Nigerians to rise up. When we produce a fuel, we cannot be able to buy it.
So, what's the solution now? So, what's the solution? Do
They're
you?
trying to create a system that takes their own corruption, and they put it. When we have our houses of assembly and representatives, you make a law that will kill those who are corrupt.
Thank you, Pastor Eric. Pastor Eric, Yes, of course. I love it when he said the House of Assembly to respond and making law that will deal with those whom are found guilty in corruptions. And so, well, that is it. That is it. But then there is something you ought to do and I ought to do. Yes. Hello. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yes. Good morning, Kobi. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yes. This is Benedict calling from Colombia.
It's good to have you. You have a minute.
Yes. Pastor Eric honestly is angry. I can understand why and even why he's angry. Let me tell you something. Nigerian masses have been taken for granted, too much for granted. And I don't know how the president or the presidency or the APC government will be so sensitive to the plight of Nigerians, to the point of trying to hide and tell us that they're going to go for cyber security. What is the meaning of that nonsense? It's absolutely nonsense. That particular ideology, that particular trajectory, that particular policy is a useless policy to know that Nigeria system is concerned to do. Are we talking about the increment in the subsidy, in the level of the subsidy, increment in the electricity bill? Are we talking about things that cannot be able to afford the bill?
Mr. Benedict, you don't seem to find sense in any of the policies available at the moment. You don't seem to find sense in the policy at the moment.
I'm sorry, I cannot really
what I mean, okay. Okay, please go on.
What I'm trying to say is this. We have no security under the weight of the president of Nigeria. Security has been under his watch. Meanwhile, Nigeria has been tremendously. Nigeria has been so much, especially after the removal of the festival. The same man promised to give us the CNG basis that is going to aggregate the focus of the masses in the way from one place to the other. These CNG bases have become an issue today. And Nigeria has wanted to experience another increment against charges against on this transfer. I think that the problem of Nigeria is Nigerians. We have to refuse to come out of the street and say, go to this kind of nonsense. These policies are anti-people. Answer people. And Nigeria should stand up and say no to this all this rubbish.
Sorry, Mr. Benedict, we will not be able to take it when you are, not able to control your emotions as, you try to express yourself. We understand how hard it is on every one of us. Myself, I know how hard it has been. In fact, one of my programs yesterday, City Report, fell just because I couldn't make it due to unforeseen, rising and changes that are very uncomfortable. So please, but you can still manage your emotions and still let's say something in case something would be done for our good. 07032353315 is the studio line. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning. I guess
let's chip in on this issue of cybersecurity. We wanted to talk about it earlier, and you can see that from the impulse of the callers, it's clear that it is becoming a serious issue. Recently, there was a circular from the Central Bank of Nigeria of following the enactment of the Cybersecurity Prohibition and Prevention Amendment Act 2024, and pursuant to the provision of Section 44, subsection 2, subsection A of the Act, a levy of 0.5%, equivalent to 0.5% of all electronic transactions valued by the business specified in the second schedule of the Act, is to be remitted to the National Cybersecurity Fund, which shall be administered by the Office of the National Security Advisor. Now, interestingly, this is a new law, and it has been communicated to banks that customer accounts should be debited the levy. They didn't call it charges, they call it levy of 0.5% from every transaction, and the fund will be remitted to the Office of the National. There is a fund they created as National Cybersecurity Fund. which that money will be administered by the Office of the National Security Advisor. Now, apart from many other charges that bank customers are grappling with, apart from the issue of increase of tariff by PHCN, the distribution agency, then apart from fuel issue that people are grappling with, you know, apart from so many factors, then you are now coming back with this issue. Definitely you could see that people are angry. This is very annoying. You know, they are discouraging Nigerians. And you know, you cannot say many people are discouraged now, because if you charge 0.5% from every transaction, electronic transaction, and you know that we are just moving gradually into electronic transaction in Nigeria. We are gradually moving into cashlessness. So, and then if you begin to charge now, you know, how would people, you know, today if you go to most ATMs in town, you can't even get money. You can only go to POS. Then POS operators will charge you their own charge. Then cybersecurity will charge you. Then bank will also charge other charges. You know, how can Nigeria survive? It is very difficult. So before you know it, if you keep money in the bank, then the whole money will go to the bank. So what we even used to know before now as savings is no longer what is obtainable before. Those days we know that if you put your money in saving, in fact you'll be gaining, you'll be getting some interest little by little. But today now, even there is no any account that you will get anything. That is where Nigeria is nosediving into. And that's why you could see the anger everywhere. So we cannot, this cyber security issue is not sustainable. Let the government look into it and stop these charges. Just like this man rightly said, it is wrong. It is wrong. What is wrong is wrong. And then the timing is insensitive. You know, you cannot bring in when Nigerians are grappling with all these problems we just mentioned, and then you are now introducing another thing. You know, you are gradually stiffening Nigerians. And then we are going into this popular I can't breathe. As it is now, many Nigerians cannot breathe.
Okay. Oh, thank you. 070-3235-3315 is the studio line. You can be a part of it. If you want, I will appreciate. Hello, good morning.
No, good morning.
Thank you. Your name?
Yeah, this is me, the radio senator, calling from Matasa.
It's good to have you, Radio Senator. Go on in a minute.
Good morning, my brother.
You're welcome.
Most of us doesn't seem to read or to understand the law impact before coming out to come and ventilate the anger. You see, my brother, just like the man in the studio has just analyzed this issue of implement or tax being invented by the media.
Yes.
You see, sometimes we need to read, we need to understand why we are ventilating our anger for. Instead of coming out to the public to disgrace yourself, and it's not worthy. Okay. Like the right caller have just done. Then, my brother, let me tell you, do you know why these things are happening like this? It is because most of the people who are supposed to challenge the federal government I don't think so. Especially the opposition. I want to ask you this. Do you really have a position in this country? Like the opposition party like the PDP. Most of their governors are lobbying with the president. Because we allow them to become governors. And that is why Nigerians are not looking to be the way we are. If the opposition governors or the opposition party is giving up to their institution, the federal government will not be coming up with such a law. It is because we are like a opposition. The governors of the PDP are just two sides, doing nothing. Giving credit for the president. And where the citizens are dying, the citizens, those people that are complaining about the trade, to challenge their grievances to the government of their state or the opposition, so that the president, the federal government will do the needful. You can't just come and ventilate your anger, disgrace yourself on earth because of this. Why your government are lobbying with the president? So these are one of the angles we should be able to read and understand the meaning of the law before coming out to ventilate our anger.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, my brother.
Thank you very much, Radio Senator.
Just before the caller came in,
yes.
you know, and another interesting twist to this issue of cybersecurity, that any financial institution that did not remit the said 0.5% of the transaction to the so-called account, that financial institution will be fined 2% of their annual turnover. Just imagine. So those financial institutions are not even finding it funny.
Okay, let's.
So Nigerians really need to understand that we are calling on government to be passionate.
All right.
The timing is insensitive, frankly. Let's look into this policy and then consider the plight of Nigerians in general.
Okay. Let's hear what the scholar has. Hello.
Good morning, sir.
It's good to have you already.
My name is Nahude, correct from Terminus.
I guess.
I want to ask you guys a question. Very sir, good morning, sir.
Good morning, Nahude Uduos.
My question goes like, the River State people vote for Wike or they vote for Fubara? That's my number one question. Then another one is, yesterday I saw Governor, when he comes to Commissioner, all these buses. Everywhere, if this bus, somebody inside them giving them information, like the governor is coming. All of them, the clear to the group, so smooth, fine and good. Now they have come back. You see, the military governor left, all of them came back as safe, the center of the road at 7. Government have told this boy, you should enter inside market at 7. They will not pursue them. But why should the woman be? It's very hard to control. Now they are all on the road, put on the road, 7.
All right.
Then another thing is, my governor, I thank him very much. You understand? For what the policy has brought to the state.
Okay.
You should keep it on. But my own is, I'm saying that I say